Thanks for coming back. Now, about that good old pedophily we find, well, the pedophily is in the relationship between Bella and Edward, since the relationship doesn't seem to be driven by love, but in vampire romances there usually is the same kind of age difference, so that's not much of the point. The point is in Twilight that maturity seems to affect nobody. In fact, the most mature seem to be Jacob up to a point, and Billy, Bella's dad, or Charlie, sorry. The most mature of all. While the Collins, Esme and Carlisle just color in the back. Alice is so hyperactive she puts Mr. B Natural to shame. She's the nicest character in the book. I like her and Emmett. Emmett, does he have a personality? Because I am well sure he doesn't. Then there's Rosalie and Jasper. Jasper seems to have barely any personality, and Rosalie is insanely jealous of Bella. I just would go to Rosalie and say, "Hey girl, you're beautiful, you're talented, you have a brain. What the hell do you have to be jealous of Bella for? You're better than her, really." Rosalie is also the object of a huge historical blunder by Stephanie Meyer. And I don't think that it's that obscure a thing to not be noticed, because she says that Rosalie had a middle class life because in the 1920s, in the time of the Big Depression, her father was a banker. If I had the power, I would have her go back to school, to history classes, because the Great Depression was caused by a failure of the banks. So, Stephanie Meyer, you fail at history. Then oily blood. The vampires have oily blood? How does that work now? Really? Can you explain to me? Oil is sparkly now? Come on. Come on, you can't really tell me this. Then she seems to have some ideas with the werewolves, or shapeshifters as they are. The werewolves? Shapeshifters? Both. And if you look, there's the usual stereotype, vampires versus werewolves love story. And there are so many things that seem to have been lifted from everything else. I mean, most of the circumstances of the of the Bella and Edward love story make me think of what would have Buffy the Vampire Slayer been if it sucked. And so I'd advise Joss Whedon, the writer of Buffy, who created one of the most beautiful vampire love stories happening between Buffy and Angel, to sue the hell out of Stephanie Meyer and expose her as the, the copier brat that she is. I also like the quote where she says, when I was writing, I wasn't thinking about doing it well. I wasn't thinking. Yes, you didn't think at all. And it's fun when she says, Bella is like me but better. So you're an even worse bitch than Bella? Because Bella is everything but perfect. She's a huge bitch. She whines and moans and, well, bitches, I think it's a given, about everything and everyone under the sun. She thinks she's so humile, when in truth she's stuck up, vain, and obnoxious. How Edward could... What does Edward see in her? And then there's the fact that she has a blocked mind because Edward, who's apparently a mind reader, vampire, now with shiny new abilities, can't read her thoughts. I'll tell you why you can't read them, Ed. She doesn't have anyone, anything. Basically, she's the human equivalent of blown up doll. And not a good looking one at that. How can one read the Twilight Saga and think that those movies are good, those books are good? I read the first 100 pages of Twilight and I had to, get away from the window lest I threw myself down. Or try to break the glass and cut my throat with a shard. I've seen bad things, like, Grey's Anatomy. That show's horrible. Or, the whole movies, The Strangers, Prom Night Remake, Mystery Science Theater's movies, like, Hobgoblins, or Menace the Hands of Fate, or, The Creeping Tower, Invasion of the Tin Man, but Twilight, oh my god, Twilight is some serious horror shit. So, we can say that Stephenie Meyer's books fail at romance, fail at horror, fail at mystery, fail at comedy, fail at drama, fail at history, biology, fail also because they're creepy when they're not supposed to be. They promote abuse against women and indifference, shallowness, and most importantly pedophilia as good things. How warped is Stephenie Meyer? I sure do hope that she doesn't represent her whole religion, because the religion sure doesn't come out well of it. Because if she's supposed to be, the spokeswoman for Mormons, it seems Mormons are shallow idiots who like to be abused and their children to be sexually abused by adults and see it as love. Seems like makes for a pretty horrifying religion to me. So, Twilight, get the fuck off of everywhere and go curl up and die. My vote for Twilight is a -10. May it be smitten out of existence.